You did better than the Detroit Lions. We'll give you that one. We'll give you Tom
Stop
Brady.
giving me points. I'm taking them. Don't.
All right, number 3. I'm not going to give you this one.
Thank you. Thank you.
Question your math skills on 3 questions.
Did you know my math skills, bro? So I don't think anything's in question at all. I'm learning math Exactly. I'm learning math right now in school, and I'm like, see? And everybody's like, Dwayne, that doesn't make sense. I'm like, I told you. And they're like, well, see? Yeah, exactly. Now you made me free. So I'm going to go with minimal chances Brianna's going to take that take. But hey,
saying I got a chance.
Brandy. Only do you speak? I never had brandy. I want brandy. You drink brandy. You know, that kind of black guy in a monocle. You know what I mean? I'm just talking about some.
But when you get the playoffs, you get those 4 to 6 games, all 3 one day, 3 the next day. You get everything you're talking about: the tailgate with your friends, the nachos, the beer, all of it. That is the absolute best time to watch football.
Or what was the other one?
Football.
Soccer.
Well,
soccer.
football,
Soccer. Excuse me. Soccer.
dancing.
Thank you. Football. American football.
Football.
Yeah.
Football.
So
Football.
you're not
And if one person is off by 1 step, the whole play fails. So it's the best of both worlds. You get your dancing, your ballet, your choreography, and then you get your grown, strong, sweaty men competing as gladiators for sport, and one emerges victorious.
You're just never sure where it's going to quit. You know what I mean? It's always, it's just more and more and more. And it just feels right. What up, Duder? Yo.
Yo, Debo. I thought that was gonna. There's at least three different times I thought that was gonna end. I was like, oh, this is gonna be. He dropped the mic there, and then he picked it back up.
I did some of my homework, but maybe not all of it. So we got the long extended version of that one. What's up with you, Duder? How you doing?
Man, I'm doing all right. We're well into October now, so we got the fall vibes going. We've already started decorating, so just living the good life over here. What about you?
Doing all right. I tell you what, man. Sunday was an interesting day out here in Orange County. I'm gonna do something. Hold on. That felt right. That felt just. I probably
that oil spill getting to you?
Yeah, we had the exactly. It's you can feel it in the air. No, it was unfortunate. I was on my way, man. Car packed, family loaded, everybody juiced. Had a couple of maybe some beers in the car, ready to go to the beach for a day for an air show. And then there was an oil spill, which is a very unfortunate thing that happened. And man, we were just so bummed. Like we couldn't even. It was one of those things they just took the rug out from underneath you, and you were just like, oh. Well, should we? No. Well, you want to go? No. Okay. Let's go home.
You couldn't even go to like Laguna Beach to that taco place, get some tacos, still watch the air show.
Technically, no air show. Air show was canceled. Air show was canceled, and technically, in good reason, we shouldn't have gone to the beach because the beaches ended up closing from all the way down to like Laguna. Ended up closing the beach because of the spill. It's a big deal. Unfortunately, we didn't get to see the air show. I was going to come back. I was ready to report on the air show for everybody, and you can see I'm hoarse. As mentioned, I got to clear my voice, but anyways, man, that's what we were going to try to get down to out here, but didn't happen. It's an unfortunate thing out there, but they're cleaning.
Is that just like? Are they worried that the planes will crash into the oil spill, or they just don't want a bunch of people going down there?
I don't think the air show physically is like they're worried about it sparking like a fire in the ocean.
They just don't want a bunch of people down.
But the beaches are closed. Like you shouldn't be on the water because there's going to be little nuggets of oil that are going to hit the water. So you don't want half of Orange County down at the beach. While you're trying to clean up an oil spill and you got services. You don't want that. Stop it. We should stop. we should probably stop the party. And so they did. But there you go. There it is.
I want to do a whole diatribe about our freedoms and such, but I'm going to leave that alone.
Okay, all right. Well, we'll get to freedoms later. I was going to ask you, what is life like out there in Kentucky, Duder? I know Nevada as much as I cross into a desert, and I know Vegas as much as far as maybe one or two shops or restaurants outside of the Strip, because that's about as far as I go out. Kentucky is a little different. What's life like over there in the Kentucky, there, brother?
Well, I will tell you that my partner, who's from the Midwest, describes Hender. That's why we call it Hendertucky. She describes it as a tucky. So it does have very, very Midwest vibes.
Okay.
We live in the suburbs, so it's pretty boring.
Okay.
So we usually go to the places you know about, or the areas anyway that you know about.
Right.
Get closer to the Strip, get downtown. They're starting to
you still
downtown Henderson.
You still feel like a tourist?
I don't feel like a tourist, no.
No, like in Vegas,
but,
like going to the city and whatnot. You still feel like a tourist there?
No, we consider ourselves locals.
Okay.
We've been here, three-ish years now, 3+.
Okay.
But a part of me will always feel like California's home, but a part of me is glad to not be paying those taxes to call California home.
Right. Yeah.
But it switched over. The difference between California and Nevada is that when it gets to fall time, it happens in one day. So it's 115 degrees, 115 degrees, 110 degrees, 110, and then it's 88, and then it will never be hotter than that again for the next 4 months.
Just look over the horizon and be like, "What's that? That's the heat. It's gone." Okay.
Yeah.
It's just let it go. If you want to visit it, get in your car. Find that again.
It was like a low of 59 last night, and
wow.
last week I was walking the dog in shorts and a tank top at night. So
and that's out.
That's out.
That's
yeah,
out.
I'm full jeans and thermals already. I've already pulled out the winter attire.
Oh man! All right. Well, Duder, we are going to hop into some interesting topics for today, and I'm excited about today's show. It has a little bit of a man. I got it all in there today.
Get it all out.
Yeah,
I'll tell you one thing while you're getting it all out of your system.
Thank you.
We have already started decorating for Halloween.
So you're ready for the Halloweenness.
We started, I believe it was October 1st.
Okay.
Which is the very first day you're legally allowed to start celebrating and decorating for Halloween.
Is that in the Declaration of Independence, or where's that list? I always looking for that law.
I believe they worked it into the Bill of Rights somewhere.
All right. Okay, I was just making sure. So you guys are decorating. This is actually I have a really interesting question about this. Okay, because I'm an adult, but I have kids. I have an easy out for Halloween. Like it's like, I celebrate Halloween because I have kids, and so we do whatever they want. Guys, what do you want to do for Halloween? So we do that. It's just simple. It's a simple out for me. You're a grown man.
True.
What do you do for Halloween? I don't want to say what the hell, because I'm concerned at some point, and the other point I'm like, so what's going on? But okay, what does a grown person view Halloween like? Because I've kind of lost, I want to say I've lost track, because I'm not grown anymore when it comes to this holiday. I am directional, right? And I know there's grown people doing grown things, okay? But I'm not. I'm trying to do one of two things. If I have time, clean the house and make it spooky. And if I have super time, then I get to have cool pictures with my kids and talk about their candy that I don't want them to eat, and things like that. But other than that, I just dad it up. Like I do not have a personal direction as an adult. Talk to me about adults and Halloween and how that what's going on, dude? What's going on?
Well, I'll tell you that for me personally, it's evolved, as I've aged, early adulthood, young adulthood, call it 20s. It was all about going to the party.
Yeah. Okay, so I was there.
Where other childless adults would be.
I was there. I was at that party. Yeah. Right. I was.
You were many a time.
Right. I was there. It was a good time, man. I mean, a couple of really. I think I got a snowboard once from a dancing contest. You got a really nice snowboard. Right.
Yeah. I remember that, but you had to carry it around the rest of the night, which was the problem.
That was a rough one. But no, you're right. The parties. That was the 20s. Okay.
That was the 20s, but that's go to the bar,
okay,
bar crawl. You're out and about for the parties.
All right.
but
Yeah.
you're still costumes, right?
Sure.
And it can be fun costume, it can be tandem costume,
Mm-hmm.
and it can be sexy costume.
Sure.
And then you get into your 30s and you still do the party thing, but now you're a little more. You're not going to the bars. At least I'm not going to the bars.
more of a
as
house.
much. Now it's like a
Or a
dedicated party.
hotel.
Hotel
okay.
takeovers, more
Okay.
adult themes.
Okay.
Different crowd, people looking for different things.
Would you say it's a version of prom? I mean, you're buying a ticket.
Yeah.
Right.
It's
and
definitely a version.
You're bringing a date. You may know some of the cool people. you know, I mean, so it's like it's a prom, right? I mean, I always said once I was starting getting older, right before I had kids, I was going to throw a prom. That was just why, because I don't know what else to call it, you guys. If I call it a dance, if I call it anything else, you're going to take things out of context. What do you want? I want you to show up and be a DJ and everybody have a good time. That's all I know how to call it is prom. I don't know how to call that anything else. Everything else is a house party or a wedding or is dedicated to other events. But anyways, we're on to what we're doing as adults. So now you're moving through the more.
You're moving through, and it's more dedicated,
Okay.
hotel themed.
All right.
Even later into our 30s, it was a little more specific on the groups of people we wanted to be around.
Okay.
More like-minded,
All right.
lifestyle type individuals.
And now let's just say we're grown. We're not gonna use age anymore. Okay.
Now I'm grown.
We're past the age. All right. Because G's gonna have to chime in. We're gonna have to start putting generations to stuff, and we don't want to talk about age anymore. Okay. Yeah, you heard me.
I'm expecting G to tell us about the very first.
We are going to talk about that because he's going to talk about the witches coming out. And he was like, "Yo, we didn't even have candy, you know." So it was just called Trick. All right, they added the treat. Anyways, so now as a grown man, Halloween's coming up. I mean, I'm gonna give you 2 passes, okay, or maybe one and a half. COVID hit, and so nobody knows what they were doing the last. How long? No one knows what they were doing anyways.
A couple of years.
Right.
Feels like maybe 6,000 years we've been in a plague.
Right. But, whatever. Like, so you get the pass. Moving forward, coming up today, I had to go on the CDC and read it for myself because if you take too much messages out of context, you start finding holes, right? Mm-hmm. And so I was like, CDC, what you got, CDC? Let me read it for myself. Let me take the time.
What you saying, homie?
What you saying, man? And they were like, yo, word, check it. If you're not going to get a vaccine, homie, okay, put on a mask. Okay.
Halloween is the best holiday to have to wear a mask for.
But that was like, if you read deep into it, that's all I heard as something that would be considered to myself to be something I didn't know yesterday, right? We all know. I mean, it's not a year and a half ago. We all know to try to keep your distance around people, right? It's not a new nomer. We all knew that we were supposed to wash our hands. This was a long time ago, but like we're well reminded today, right? We're well in the know of how to approach where we are today.
And if you're not, it's because you've chosen
because you have decided that what we're talking about has no bearings in your life. And you've decided to ignore it. So that's I'm not. How do I talk to that person? I just go, you know what? God bless you. I just move on.
Keep it moving.
Yeah, keep it moving, bro.
Have a good day.
Have a good day,
sir,
exactly.
and or ma'am.
Okay, it's fine. And I mean, but let's be honest. Well, that's another comment. We're going to talk about how California won't even let you do that anymore. But point we were trying to make is Halloween. And what we're doing about Halloween as you're getting back out there in this new normal, right? Because COVID hit. I give you the pass on COVID, right? Is what I was trying to say. You're coming up here to this Halloween, brother. What's real for you now? How do you celebrate this holiday, Halloween?
I am in full old man Halloween mode.
Okay.
We have decorated the outside of the house to make it spooky, scary, kind of fun. And I'm going to put out a bowl of candy on a chair in front of the door. Okay. I'm going to say, take as many as you deserve. I'm going to put a note that says, take as many as you deserve. Okay, you put that. Okay, that's very nice of you to Don't ring my doorbell. Don't ask me.
That's very nice of you to give one kid a bowl of candy. You're the nicest old man.
Early bird gets the bowl of candy. That's how the saying goes, I believe.
That kid looks left, looks right. He says, Mommy, yeah, there's a bowl. Take one, honey. Fuck that. And then, handful, second kid sees that. I mean, I hope there's not a group. And so there's the bowl. I bet they're gonna
I mean,
refill
need
it.
I remind you, when we were growing up,
Uh-huh.
the street behind the street we lived
Right.
on was Elm Street.
Yeah, 100%.
At the time the Nightmare on Elm Street movies were coming out.
Did you trick or treat Elm or no?
This is the point I'm getting to, is that I trick or treated Elm.
I didn't trick or treat Elm. I didn't do it. We just come on, Elm Street.
Well, this is where you missed out.
Yeah, listen.
Elm Street,
go ahead.
That would put out a trash can full of candy.
Oh my gosh.
And it was who got there first.
Are you serious?
So we didn't want to trick or treat on Elm.
No.
So you would just run
right
to the house as if being chased.
Oh wow.
Wouldn't even slow down. You open your bag and kind of scoop through as you run by the trash can, get as much candy in your little candy bag or pillowcase as you could.
Right.
And then keep it moving until you made it to a safe street that wasn't Elm Street, so Freddy couldn't get you.
That's awesome. You know, I might actually steal that this year, because in years past, right, when I've got into Halloween, I've decked out the garage all red and red lights and whatnot, and I put smoke in here. And kids would have really loud, scary music just going on, you know.
Yeah.
And I'd have my leaf blower, and when they'd come up, right, you couldn't see me because of the lights, and I just kind of come out of the mist and and the kids would just run, and it was great. But I like the trash bag of candy. I like the saying, like, if you can get over there to get candy, you can take as much as you like. So I might kind of incorporate that this year. I like your thought. So you're going full old man bowl. Don't ring the door. Leave me alone. I got stuff I'd rather do. I'm not dressing up in a costume, and just deal with it. But there's some candy. Happy cavities.
Yeah, I might wear like a Ghostbusters T-shirt or something.
Yeah, might throw.
But I'm not
on.
gonna be in a costume.
Yeah. Okay. Is that because we're not going anywhere, or is because you're over because of COVID? What's the reason for the tipping of the scale to move towards that?
It's 50-50 COVID and just moving into the old man stage of my life.
Oh, just accepting who you are.
If there wasn't COVID,
okay,
and we could, obviously we can still go out, but we've been doing a lot of traveling, so we're trying to limit, the things we do.
Right.
So Halloween, we're going to take that one off. We're going to
just gonna go and knock that one out.
Chill for that. Although now that I think about it, my partner is going out of town for Halloween, so maybe that's why I'm going into old man zone. But if there was something to do, I'd go out. But there's nothing to do, so chilling at home.
Okay, all right. Well, I tell you what, man, my plans are still in the air, but we'll see. We'll see how this Halloween thing works out. Duder, it's time to move over to ghost stories, ghost and spooky stories. I hope in this area that you've done your research, because I'm hoping to get a little something from you. I
have no research needed, because I'm just going to tell you the truth.
You're just going to tell
what happened to me.
Oh, this is a personal from dude story. This is what we're talking. Okay, so this is so we don't have to go research this story. We're not going to find this story on YouTube, is what you're saying.
You will after we post it.
Oh, well, okay.
At the Dude and Debo Show.
Okay.
Search your YouTube feeds.
Okay. All right.
The Dude and Debo Show ghost story.
All right.
And it'll be there.
All right. I am down. Let's hear. Okay, let's start off. Well, I mean, it's your story, man. I mean, you tell me where you want to start off. Go for it.
Well, first I want to ask and maybe we can pull G out from behind the glass for this. I want to ask if you guys are familiar with the Whaley House in San Diego.
The Whaley House in San Diego. I am not familiar with the Whaley House in San Diego. G has to walk all the way from the back.
I'm going to take that as a no. He's got to walk all the way around.
He's got to walk all the way, and then he's got to. Yeah, that's right.
Turn on the mic. We'll just assume that.
Okay, it's a no. All right, it's a no.
All right. So the Whaley House in San Diego is considered one of, if not the most haunted places in the United States. Life magazine said it's the most haunted. The Travel Channel called it the most supernatural. So however you want to look at that.
Can I balk real quickly when we say the word the most haunted something?
I mean, I'm just saying Life magazine said it was.
And that's where I balk, because I wonder, like, I got it, the life, and I got, like, who's, like, the ghost hunters or whoever else is going to say something is. But, like, don't you really got to be there to give them credit? Like, how you give someone credit, and it's like, but it's only because Life Magazine says, I don't know, man. I'll step back off the plate. Go ahead.
I mean, don't you think Life Magazine went there? They sent somebody there. They didn't just like, let's say this one.
Yeah, but that guy's been to like 2 places. They sent him to 10 places. He was like, no, this one. And then
out of the 10, I'll take this one.
Yeah, I step back off the mound. I give the ball to you, sir. Pitch away.
All right. So the Whaley House background, a bunch of people died there at various times.
Oh.
And one younger, I think she was a teenager, committed suicide, and she wrote this like really creepy suicide note.
Jeez.
And you can take a tour of the Whaley House, and around Halloween they do nighttime spooky tours. So when I was living in San Diego, that was one of the bucket list items. You had to do the Halloween Whaley House tour.
Now I'll say this: I have been to San Diego, and I have always seen, spooky tour. Take a spooky tour here. I've always seen it. Never took it. Never. I was always there. SeaWorld or whatever. But I have. I know exactly which. And I'm assuming this is the same tour that you took. Did you take this? Is this the tour?
This is the one I took.
Okay.
This is the tour I took.
All right. Okay. I've seen this. I know what you're talking about. So let's give it to me. Let's give it to me now.
So we take the tour. They tell you when and where to take pictures. You can have your camera, I'm using my phone, out the whole time. Do whatever you want to do.
Okay.
But they'll point out, if you take video in this room, you might catch this orb of light. If you take a picture over here, you might see this silhouette of a ghost in the window. If you whatever. So we do the whole tour. I'm taking the pictures, everything they say. I'm taking video when they say to take video, pictures in the corners they say to take pictures.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at all this on my phone, and like I'm not scared. I don't see anything spooky. I'm like, all right, we just paid $30 for, or I don't remember how much it was.
Right.
We just paid an amount of money for this quote unquote ghost tour, and I'm unimpressed.
Okay. All right. So we okay. All right. Because I was holding my breath there for a second, dude. But then you were like, you come to the end of this, and you took a deep breath. You're like, man.
Yeah. Like the whole time I was waiting.
I bet.
It was like watching the Blair Witch movie.
Okay.
And it's like, oh, I know something spooky's coming.
Right.
And then it didn't. And then that's it. And then it ends. And I'm like, this sucks. I wasted my money. This is boring. Can't believe I did this. This is not Life Magazine. You're wrong.
Yeah, it's got to be.
This is not the most haunted, spooky. And I go home. I'm pissed. I wake up the next morning. All the pictures and video I took from the Whaley House are gone from my phone. I didn't delete them. I have a password on my phone. Nobody else could get to my phone. Only those pictures and video are missing. I'm not making this up. I'm not exaggerating. There's no other way. There's no method for these pictures and video to have been removed from my phone other than supernatural.
I don't look at this man as a dishonest man. That's not those. I wouldn't use those words, dude. But you're saying, sir.
I will say under oath.
Did you? Okay. Let me ask you a question. I got a couple questions then. I will. Can I? May I? Is it okay?
Put me on the stand.
I'm not trying to put you on the stand. I love you, and so I'm just going to accept everything you say is truth. However, did you look at your videos or pictures before you left the Whaley House?
I did. I looked through them because I was like, surely there's going to be a ghost. There's going to be something spooky because the tour did not present the spooky. So maybe the images will.
Approximately how many pictures or videos would you say you reminisce through on your this particular evening?
I would say there's probably 20 plus pictures and 3-ish videos. Could be 2, could be 4.
Okay. All right. And before this event, was it like a Friday night, and then did you do something Thursday, and like Thursday you took videos and pictures too, or was this like the Friday and you hadn't done anything for like till like last Friday or something? There was like a big gap between like events and picture taking kind of thing.
when we got to Old Town, which is where the Whaley House is,
okay, that makes sense.
I took other pictures that night.
Okay,
outside of the tour.
Okay, great.
Previous to the tour.
But
so pictures in Old
there you go.
Town, pictures of people's costumes, pictures of signs, this pumpkin over here.
Yeah, okay.
All of those still on the phone.
And then so
I did not take any pictures after.
Okay, that was my note. You did so after you didn't take any pictures.
No.
But when you were done with the tour and sad at that, and the ghost who we're talking about,
what a bummer.
Yeah, he was sitting there, and you were sitting there. You're looking at your pictures, and you're like, man, and he's like, I'm sorry. We tried to be in the picture, and you wouldn't. We were over here. You didn't put.
There's like a little orb.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, maybe this is it. But it's not exciting. There's like a little speck of light in the picture.
At this point, you didn't just delete your pictures to just say this is dumb. These were dumb pictures, and I need some space on my phone anyways. So I'll just delete these real quick, or that's it. But you did look at them though.
I looked at them. I confirmed the existence of the pictures.
What did you do after the apparent viewing of the pictures? After you apparently, where were you when you viewed the pictures?
So after the tour, we stopped at one of the other spots, restaurants in Old Town.
Okay.
Got some ice cream, and then went home.
Okay.
At ice cream is when I'm looking through the pictures.
Okay, there we go. So
I'm like, nothing. Oh, this little orb, is that what? Did you see this little orb? Did you see this with your eye when we were there? Or did I just get it on the pic?
After ice cream, straight home.
Walk to the car, drive the car home, go to bed.
Wake up.
I had to work Saturday morning.
Okay. So you wake up Saturday morning and you're saying, let me double check on these.
Wake up Saturday morning.
Yeah.
I go to work. I tell my coworkers, hey, you ever been to the Whaley House? Yeah, I've been to the Whaley House.
Look how dumb
I got
this
these
is.
pictures.
Yeah.
Let me show you these pictures.
Yeah, so stupid. And there's no pictures.
Where am I? Hold on. Maybe I'm in the wrong album. I mean, all photos. I don't have any pictures of Whaley House, but I promise you. Have you been to the Whaley House? I took pictures. Did you take pictures when you went to the Whaley House? The pictures are gone. Not even in the deleted.
Yeah,
I mean the deleted folder.
Yeah, that's creepy. I'll stand by your creepiness. I mean, if that would happen to me, which didn't happen to you, so it's not as creepy to me. But if that happened to me, I would know. I'd be like, no, I didn't delete these. Like, I was just gonna look at these. And why are these the only one deleted? That would be the creepy part. Like, instantaneously, why are these ones gone? Wow.
If I was gonna make up a ghost story, it would have an exciting.
Right.
It'd be like, oh, we went in the Whaley House and the ghost chased us out with a chainsaw.
Right.
And I tripped and I ran upstairs and I couldn't get out. And, it'd be something like that. But I was going to make it up.
But it's not. It's not what
But it's very anticlimactic.
Right.
Very boring. But if you're the person it happened to, and these pictures that you physically did yourself, you took, you pushed the button, and now they're not where you had them.
Yeah. No, Duder, 100%. That is spooky, and a ghost story. I had a ghost story happen to me. Freddy coming in your bed at night. What? Freddy coming in your bed at night. Slender Man. Who? Slender Man. Seeing little Chucky. Freddy coming in.
Whaley House strikes again.
Freddy coming in your bed tonight. Quiet. Say my name. Candyman. Look at me. You in your bed. I'm creeping around. You better hope I'm a vampire, baby. I'm taking you to town. All right, that was as spooky as I could get during the week.
That sounds like how R. Kelly invites in trick-or-treaters.
That's funny.
I'm the candy man.
I could just picture R. Kelly playing that song and like doing a little dance. And at the end of the dance, he's like, in this way. And they're like, no, I know better, R. Kelly. So stupid.
I've seen your documentary.
Sorry, R. Kelly. All right.
I'm not sorry at all.
No, I mean, like, I'm sorry. You know who I'm sorry to? I'm sorry to the memory that I have of R. Kelly. That's who I'm apologizing to. Okay? My memory of R. Kelly is this, like, he's this cool guy, he does these cool songs, and they're awesome. So that's
look. I believe I can fly, but if you want me to care, you got to make Thriller. That's all I'm saying.
All right, dude's on if it ain't Thriller, I don't know what to tell you.
If it ain't Thriller, it ain't me.
Yeah, it ain't Thriller, it ain't a killer. All right, here we go. Anyway, so I had to do my research on ghost stories a little bit, dude. I do have one ghost story that I'm going to share with you. But before I get into it, I do want to talk about me and research and this sort of thing. So I was like, okay, let's start researching ghost stories, right? And so what was funny to me is what came up in Ghost when I researched the word ghost. Now, there's evidently a band out there named Ghost or something like that. I found that out. It's kind of cool. No, we don't have their music.
Did you listen to it?
Yeah.
Do we have it?
I did. I no, but we don't have it. But maybe we won't have it because I won't go back and do it. But anyways, so I found there's a band called Ghost, but like the term ghost, okay, the term ghost means something. Apparition, of dead people, okay, or have you ever been ghosted, my friend?
I have. Okay. It's part of the new dating. It comes with the territory.
Okay, well, but it's part of, you said, new dating and that sort of thing. And I started reading into the term ghosting someone, right? And dude, if you get a chance, pull it up. You can give them the actual Wikipedia of it. But I started going into the ghosting, and I was like, oh my god, I do this all the time. like this is. I was like, this is the definition of me. Am I a bad person? Like, am I,
but that's why I don't take offense to it, because I do it too. And I'm like, all right, I got you.
And but we've seen this, I've seen this in friend groups, in circles. I've seen this in different stages in life, but I always recognize that. Did you pull it up, Duder? What does Wikipedia have on the, ghost?
It says
there's a cool
when
definition.
Someone cuts off all communication without explanation.
There it is. I like the way that they put it. It was great. They cut off all communication, no explanation. Yeah. Right? They don't tell you. They just do it. And I mean, I don't necessarily explain myself.
Also, sorry to cut you off, but also known as simmering or icing, which I did not know until right now.
I read those two. I just did because we were doing the ghost one. But yes, I've heard the icing and the simmering. But the question, Duder, so you know me. You know me for a long time, right? And it's not necessarily that I ghost you, but I will cut off all ties and all communications, and I will not give any explanation for it. And then I'll pop back in, and I'll be like, "Sup?" And I'll be like, "Did I miss anything? Did something change? Did somebody have to tell me something new?" And I don't think there's anything wrong with it. But now I'm realizing that might not be true. Like in the context of no, man. Actually, people have a problem if you walk out of their life and give no explanation, and then that's just it. But I mean, I usually feel like I'm not gone in someone's life. I feel like I'm still here, just not present. And as soon as we reconnect, then I'm present again. But I'm usually.
I mean, you do more of like a ghosting vacation.
Yeah. Okay.
Like you're like, I'm not gonna talk to you for like a couple days, maybe a couple weeks,
months,
but I'll
years.
be around.
I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm anyways.
But I think the definition, the actual definition of being ghosted, at least my understanding, is that this is just done. Like they don't come back around. It's not an annual haunting. It's just I was there and now I'm not.
Well, my question to that is that a two-way street or a one-way street? Because then if you're ghosted by someone, so someone was in your life yesterday and then they're not. Let's say you were at a job and that person quit. Okay, Joey's not here anymore, right? Joey's not here anymore. And me and Joey, I used to talk to Joey every day. Joey, what's up, Joey? Joey, what's up? Hey. And then now Joey quit. Oh, Joey quit. But I never called Joey once ever again in my life. So
in that case, it's two-way street.
Okay, all right. So
let's say we're dating.
Let's say we have a two-way.
Let's say we're not even dating. We've matched.
Okay, let's say we matched.
We're texting.
Hold on. yes, we're a match. I'll just make sure. I just want to look at us for a second.
Did you swipe? Did you wait?
No, I was.
swipe?
Yeah, I would look. I looked at the screen. I was like, wait, and I was like, yes. I was like, I wanted to make sure. I didn't want to just do this. I'm
You're not doing it all willy nilly.
No,
You got to be. It's
I
for
wanna-
real with you.
Hey, yes, okay, all right. There you go. All right.
So now we've matched.
Okay, that's happened.
I send you a humorous yet cliche opening line.
Which would be what?
I don't know. I take like 3 months to write mine and cultivate them based on the person's bio and the background and their pictures and where they've been. Did you swipe left on me?
I'm just looking at it. Well, you didn't have anything for me. I just wanted to go this way and see if there's anybody else that actually had something.
I didn't do my
say.
research. I wasn't prepared. I didn't know you were going to get into the definition of ghosting. Let's say we match. We chat a couple times.
I thought we were a match.
And then you stop responding. I don't know you. We haven't met in real life. But we've had 3 days worth of flirty communication. And then you just stop altogether. There's no other means. This isn't like Joey at work where I can reach out to you and be like, hey, bro, you quit your job. You still want to get a beer? This is the only way I know how to reach you.
Wait a second. So the term ghosting is gave up in the third round? Is that what ghosting
That's what
is?
That's how it's commonly used today.
You've
been married too long to understand.
No, I get it. No, it makes complete sense. Because the attention span of a human is short, and it's only shortened since, like you said, I've been married. So I mean, if you don't hook me via text message, and that's all we had. That's the only tie that we had between me and you. And by the way, I just want to be honest, you lost me in the fact that you weren't prepared to go with a quick message because I felt instantly that I wasn't good enough.
And you were already going to go.
Well, I wanted to be like, well, there's somebody else that's going to be good enough with an opening tagline. It's not you, obviously. It's somebody else who thinks I'm important at this moment. But anyways, that's a whole other story. See, G's shaking his head yes. But my point is being matched. Now you have your only thread of communication with the person is whatever thread of communication you have, whether text message or I guess probably not emails. I'm assuming this is all text.
No, it's either text or via the app, which is still text.
Oh, because it's still text. So it's a line. It's a quick line of communication. And in these 1, 2, 3, 4, however many communications you've had, you have not impressed the other species. I don't want to say female, male, who I don't know who this goes to, I'm just talking, you haven't
the other person.
The other person. You haven't impressed them, okay?
Right.
And they've gone, you know what? I mean, I got better things to do. I do things in life every day. I gotta go over here, I wipe my butt, I get a drink from the fridge. I do so many things in life to go
busy person. So butt wiping and drinking water.
So to go back to my phone and read something from you that is absolutely not entertaining. I would just, you know what I'm going to do? I'm just not.
Yeah.
I'm going to just not. And there's nothing you can do about it. Right?
No. I mean, your only recourse, which is not a good one, your only recourse is to continue messaging. Right? Like, hey, you still whatever. Remember that funny thing I said 3 messages ago? You want to talk about that again? And then eventually they will either unmatch and now you have no recourse, or they'll be like, "What the fuck, bro? Take a hint."
I don't understand the generation that can't get a hint or take a hint. And the hint, there's no hint. The hint is
it's not a hint. It's a slap in the face.
It's not even a hint. The problem was early. Excuse me, sir. Hi. Well, how you doing? Good. So everything's okay? Yeah. Well, that's great. Everything's great. All right. See ya. I mean,
I've lost you.
You lost me, bro. I'm out. Like you stood there the whole time, and we didn't even talk about the weather. You were just like making sure I was still a human. You were just like this is not a robot. This is not a robot. This is not a robot. The whole time, and people walk away, and you wonder why. Is because you did
pick the 4 pictures with a bus in them. Man, I'm not trying to do this. I'm not a robot.
I think, dude, you can back me up on this if you like. I think more guys would do better is if the second thing they said was exactly what they wanted. The first thing you say could be whatever you want it to be. It could be balloons. It could be flowers. It could be burps and farts. I don't know. It could be whatever you want it to be. But the second thing should be exactly what you want. Hello, nice dress. Thank you. It's a very nice dress. By the way, I'm interested in a female that looks exactly like you. I was just wondering if you would like to be the female that I'm exactly. You're it. You're the one. So would I? I'm interested in you. Oh, it's easy. Hey, he's interested in me. Hey, okay. Let's move on. Let's see if this goes. But if you stand there the whole time, you're like, no, I mean the dress is kicking. No, I mean the dress is not. And I like what you've done with your hair. Hair's nice. You're a nice person too. Okay, then things are normal. Things are normal. We're normal. And you're trying to normalize this awkward meeting. You normalize it for so long that they're like, this is boring. I've moved on.
That's the problem. You're exactly right. Now you've also, and I give you a break because you've been out of the game for a while.
Thank you.
You've also already got yourself ghosted by using female instead of woman, but that's fine. I don't want to get too far down the dating road. We're into Halloween and spooky. But female's too clinical. You don't want to do that.
Female's too clinical?
Yeah, you don't want to go that. You don't want to go, I'm looking for a female. Nobody says that.
What do they look for?
I mean, you can say I'm looking for a woman.
How about a girl?
No, you don't say girl. It's too young.
You
gotta split the difference. Unless you're R. Kelly. In which case, if you're R. Kelly, you play the music, looking for a girl, and you're good.
Okay, it's so specific, You're right. You're right, dude. Yeah, you're right.
There's levels to it.
You're right. No, it just makes complete sense. This is why you're right. I would probably only get 2 conversations and see they're like, why aren't you talking to me again? No, okay. That's so funny. All right, so ghosting is a real thing, and so I thought
you did your research on ghosts.
I did my research on ghosting. Ghosting's a real thing.
The movie with Whoopi Goldberg.
No, isn't that the one with the guy behind
Patrick Swayze?
Patrick Swayze holds the pot, and all behind you, and just
Demi Moore.
Demi Moore, there you go. Demi Moore looking good back in there. Remember Demi Moore? I remember Demi Moore back
When
then.
is Demi Moore now?
That's very true. Demi Moore is but I remember that Demi Moore. I mean, because there's multiple Demi Moore. Isn't she G.I. Jane or G.I.?
G.I. Jane for sure.
I thought she was hottest in that movie, if I got to be honest. I mean, not really into the bald chick
thing.
It
was Whoopi Goldberg. I just pulled it up on IMDb.
What was she?
Whoopi Goldberg yeah,
she was
the one.
She was the contact
who can talk to Patrick Swayze.
Yes.
And she's got to tell Demi Moore.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I can talk to Patrick Swayze.
No, that wasn't how it worked out. She was a little upset. I mean, she had some dude. She was a medium, and she was like, "What are you talking about? I don't even know anything." She was running around. It's crazy. And this guy wants to tell you something. It was crazy. But anywho, that's Ghost and Ghost Story. Okay, back to Ghost and Ghost Stories. So I do got a ghost story for you.
You did your own research.
I did I researched myself, and I was like, I do remember
Phase 3 clinical trials.
Exactly. If you go on YouTube, you will see this one. You will see this played out, many, many, many places over the world, I believe, and I believe it to be a phenomenon. But I'll tell you my ghost story the way it was told to me, and then I'll tell you what I've come to research and find out about it. Okay.
All right.
So at a friend's house, I used to go to Moreno Valley a lot, and I would cruise out there. You know me, right? And they were like, "Yo, there's this really spooky place," and I was like, "What?" They're like, "Well, if you park your car by the railroad tracks, your car is going to be pointing uphill." Okay, so put it in neutral, and your car will be pushed away. It's
called gravity.
But you're facing uphill. You're not going to go backwards. You're going to go up.
You're going to continue to go forward?
You're going to continue to go forward, up and past the railroad tracks. And they said the story is that a long time ago, a bus of children were hit by a train. And they say if you stop, that, they'll push your car over the tracks.
I call bullshit. Children ain't that strong.
Yeah. 17 ghost children, right? They're not that damn strong. So I call bullshit, right? Of course. Right. And so I go there and I park my car, and I had the Geostorm at the time, the red one, right?
That's light enough. Kids can push.
Kids can push this, right? And I pop it in neutral, right?
Shit rolls downhill, literally.
Slowly starts creeping forward.
Going up.
Slowly starts creeping forward. Just go up, and it grabs a little bit of enough speed up and over the railroad tracks and down. And I was like, "What the fuck, bro?
What?
Come on!" I think I'm like 16 at the time, man. I'm like real young, and I'm like mind blown, bro. There you go. Yeah, you hop on that YouTube, bro. You get it there. Yeah, you get it there. You can figure all that stuff out. So, seriously, mind blown. Never stopped there again. I did it. I never even did it ever again. I never went that way. I went around. But in years to come, and you know, I got older. It was that was maybe a couple years ago, maybe 5 or 6 years ago. I looked it up, and it's a phenomenon that goes around the world. It's a phenomenon that goes many places in the world have it. I would probably say like 7 different places in the world have it, and all with their own unique story, right?
Did they all have like buses of kids get taken out beforehand?
Every lake has a Loch Ness monster, okay, but they call it something different, and it's a different monster, okay. So in this, everything has its own story, and there's a backstory that goes with it, of course, okay. I have recently come to more believe that it is an optical illusion of gravity. That's just what I believe now. As an adult, I kind of want to go back to the same spot and see if they...
So you look like you're facing up. You look like you're going up, but you're going down. What do you mean it's an optical illusion?
I mean, how do you explain gravity sometimes? You remember being back at the haunted shack and they had the water that would go uphill and the bottle.
Yeah.
Okay, because you're in there that they've done the math, right? They've done the math to create gravity that is more of an optical illusion than it is an actual reality. And I believe that some places just kind of have that. It's a natural thing. You can be an engineer and you think it's all cool. You go to build a flat line and then you come to find out actually there's just something here that you didn't factor in. What is it? Well, the hill is actually this way, but it looks I see it when I'm playing golf a lot. You know, you swear you get behind a ball when you're playing golf and you're putting on a green if it's you know the 17th hole and there's money on the line. Otherwise, nobody cares. You know, if you're there and you're looking, you swear this thing is tilted this way. You know, you're like, okay, I'm sure, and you hit it and it's tilted the other way, and you're like, how could that be? I don't understand. Yeah. Every time you're like, it doesn't make sense. But I feel like, again, you're in your car, you're looking at this road, it looks straight. It doesn't feel like you're on a hillside, but you're probably on a hillside, and it just does its thing. I think I really feel like that's. But I'll be honest, as a 16-year-old child in that red car at nighttime being pushed uphill.
That would have freaked me. Yeah,
I'll be damned, bro. I was like, yo. I mean, because you could see the hill in front of you, and you're going over railroad tracks. Yeah, it was crazy stuff, bro.
That's the part, because even if you're going downhill, slightly, you know, enough that you wouldn't be able to tell that it was actually downhill.
Yeah,
you still got to have enough momentum to get pushed over the tracks,
right?
And now you're saying it looks uphill, so that feels like it has to be more momentum.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
Yeah, I'll take you there one day. It's crazy stuff, bro. Crazy stuff. Yeah. Right. All right. Moving on over, brother, to a segment. It's going to take me a second here to get set up here. Click a few buttons. Stall for me, duder. Make it sexy.
Well, I did my research on the history of Halloween. I don't know if you did any of that.
No.
But originally, good. I'll be brief because I'm sure you're going to be ready before I'm done with all the research I did.
All right.
It was based on my research. It was a Celtic, I believe they pronounce it Celtic, but I watch too much basketball, so I call it Celtic. It was a Celtic Irish holiday.
Okay, so this was not started.
Samhain.
This was not started.
I'm pronouncing that wrong.
This wasn't started by the witch trial back in the day.
No. Salem was way after this.
Huh.
So the Celtics, the Irish, have this holiday, which is basically New Year's Eve or New Year's Day for them on November 1st.
Okay.
That was the end of summer, and they believe the time in between seasons was like a blurred line between the boundary of the living and the dead. So they would light bonfires and they would wear costumes to scare away the ghosts. This is like around the time when this dude named Jesus was walking around the Middle East.
This is the same time when Halloween is being like created by the Celtic people.
Yeah, and they're not calling it Halloween yet.
Right.
They're calling it Samhain, or however they would pronounce that. I'm doing it phonetically. I'm sure they pronounce it differently.
Okay.
But yeah, so around the time Jesus was walking around as a carpenter fixing stuff, they're like, on New Year's Day, November 1st, the day before, we got to scare all the ghosts. So wear your costumes, light your bonfires, ghosts. Now, like 50 years later, the Romans have killed Jesus. They've taken over Ireland, and they're starting to combine their holidays with this Irish holiday. And that's where you start to get a little more formality behind the holiday and celebrate the day before New Year's. So now it's October 31st. And then fast forward 1,000 years, now they start calling it All Hallows Eve.
All right.
Now the Christians have taken over, so you got to make it a little more of a religious style holiday.
Got it.
So now it's All Hallows Eve. Now they moved to the United States, and in the United States, it's Autumn Festival. And it's just like celebrate the changing of the seasons. We're going to tell ghost stories. We're going to tell fortunes. We're going to sing, we're going to dance. We're going to have cookies. We're going to have cakes. It's going to be a good time. 1800s, potato famine, Irish immigrants to the United States. They're like, you guys are doing Halloween wrong. Let us tell you how we do it.
And how do you do it?
It's a scary holiday. It's not this fun
do it like this
festival.
There you go.
And then not until the 1950s, when there was the baby boom and you had a bunch of kids and you had to figure out how to do this safely, did they start like really fine-tuning trick-or-treating and going around to your neighbors and wearing fun costumes instead of scary stuff to scare away ghosts.
Dude, I hope I didn't interrupt you. Anyway, that was a great quick history lesson. And I mean, there was like 3 things in there I didn't know. At least.
Yeah.
I mean, the 50s, everything that I do that's from the 50s, I always go, well, that makes sense. Anytime someone says, it's from the 50s, oh, that makes sense. I do that. Yeah, that makes sense. Because we're babies of children from the 50s, so that makes sense. But
well, that's exactly my thought when I read that. I was like, now I kind of understand what my parents were doing.
Yeah, okay. So now, but we've moved it all the way up till private parties and me trying to figure out what do I even do because COVID is here. So thank you for that history on that. I'm ready to go here now, Duder, and we're seeing. Can you see the screen on here on the side there? Everybody see that?
I got a Ziploc bag with some pencils through it.
All right, here we go. I'm going to throw on a little bit of there you go. That make me feel good. We're going to do a quick male costumes. That's where we're going to start. I'll even throw this one up as the first one to start talking about. Okay.
There you go.
Sexy male costumes. Me and you have had a lot of discussions about the fact that more than not, we feel like there's more women sexy costumes out there. And dude, give me your point on women's sexy costumes versus the male sexy costume.
Yeah. Well, I don't remember exactly what my point, how I worded it in the production meeting.
Right.
But I will tell you that I searched Halloween costumes.
Okay.
And on HalloweenCostumes.com, you have 4 options.
Okay. What are the 4? Four
women's
4 levels?
costumes.
Okay. Nice.
Men's costumes.
Okay.
Plus size costumes.
Oh.
And sexy costumes.
And no children?
And when you click, I went to the adult section. I don't have kids. I don't care.
What's up, bro?
And then when you click on sexy costumes, it gives you the same costumes it gives you for women's costumes.
So there's an A and B. When
you click the women's category, or you click the sexy category.
What about the plus category? What about the plus category for women? What about the plus? Is there just plus or is it plus sexy?
Some of the plus size costumes are sexy.
Okay.
But again, still all women.
Okay. All right.
So
you didn't see
women's costumes and sexy costumes are essentially the same.
Okay.
Plus size are still for women, even though we know there's plenty of plus size men.
Okay.
And then there's just men's costumes.
Okay. All right. But it's okay. All right. So I think your point is just the men's costumes don't tend to be in the sexy side. So I did my research, you guys, and dude, G, if you wouldn't mind clicking in on here, you can. I want you guys to go through my slides that I have here and make your decision on which guy did it and which guy maybe overdid it for the sexy costumes. Because this is what I found in my male costume. I think this slide describes it the best. I think that in a male costume to be sexy, when I did my research, you have a couple of options. You could go with the Wiener Show, okay? It's a simple costume. It's a Wiener Show costume. I think there's a line when you hit the Wiener costume of appropriate and inappropriate. Most women don't wear, double nipple.
What's your line?
Well, I mean, like most women don't wear like a fake vagina over their costume and fake boobs over their costume to come out. They just wear their own boobs and they present them well, you know, and they have their own vagina and they present that well. But see, dudes, they go, look at this giant penis that I don't have, and it's a costume. You know,
so the line is if you start adding on.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I feel like, yeah. I mean, if you put giant exterior boobs on your costume with nipples showing, I'd be like, well, ma'am, that might be the kids don't understand. Are they? My little one wants to eat, and my other one is amazed. Can we do something about the nipples around your? You know.
Well, hopefully you're not at R. Kelly's party, and if you're wearing a sexy costume, it's just adults.
You know, R. Kelly didn't do nothing to this show, and he's I'll get a phone call. Hey, man, what's up with all the stuff all the time, homie? You know, you got hate on me. Sorry, R. Kelly. You know what I'm saying? Just
better watch out on the freaking weekend, bro. I'm gonna find you.
Oh boy. So, anyways, you got the slide. You can see my point of where you go kind of too far. Okay. And then what sexy is.
The one I think you're saying is kind of too far. I have worn something very similar to that. To a Halloween party.
I'm not saying that you can't wear this to a Halloween party. That's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying that it's. But is that sexy, dude, or is that just showing an exterior penis? You know, I mean, we can do one of two things.
Same.
Well, we can do something. We can listen. We want to put on a costume. I can put on a costume. Okay, fine. But what are you? What are? When he shows up and the guy at the door says, "Fantastic. What are you? Okay, what are you? Yeah. What are you? Who are you trying to be?
Elephant Man.
No, there's no. Where's the ears? Where's the ears? There's no ears on my man.
I'm not gonna zoom in, but I feel like there's ears. Oh, there is no ears. Okay. All right. I misunderstood.
I mean, listen. If you want to go as Elephant Man, if you want to go as Elephant Man,
I thought it was an elephant costume.
Put on the ears, and I'll let this one play. Okay. But if you don't put
the name of the costume is Long Schlong, which again I didn't zoom in to read that, so I thought it was an elephant costume and it was an elephant trunk.
All right. So, anyways, sexy male costumes. Do any of these make it sexy or not for you on these ones?
Well, here's the thing. Here's what makes a men's costume sexy. If the dude is in really good shape,
right,
and or really sexy, then all you have to do is not have sleeves or not have a shirt, and boom, sexy costume.
I'm glad you brought up this point because that is exactly what I wanted to kind of bring up to this as well. Okay, now listen. Men say this about women. Women are like, shut up. But men say, it doesn't even matter. You're female, and so we like the way you look, right? And but women say that about us. I remember a comment someone made about someone I know who said, "Oh, I kind of like you in this winter fur of self," right? And that doesn't make you feel any better, okay? Point being saying, listen, man, when Halloween comes, you either prep for it like you prep for the beach or you didn't. I can't help you there. There's nothing I can do with you there. We're talking about costumes, bro. We're not talking about the fact that my man, like down here, maybe did it, but maybe, we would like to see
he got caught prepping a little too late.
Exactly. That's
good. B minus.
Listen, but we're not here to define the body as sexy because we're not trying to be, body sexist. I like a sexy body too. Don't get it twisted.
If you rock it the right way.
If we're talking about this, bro, if we're talking about what just turns me on, then we're talking about this. That's fine. Okay? That's not what
that dude, right. Objectively, he's in great shape. You can't say anything otherwise.
Yeah. But look at the costume though, too.
So all he has to do is show off what good a shape he's in a sexy costume. It doesn't matter if he's a sailor or, lifeguard.
I agree with what you're saying. I agree with the sexy bod makes a sexy costume, okay? But we're not here to go over sexy bods. We are here to go over sexy costumes for men, all right? So I want you to – that's why I wanted to have this quick conversation about, over the top versus, it's a good costume.
Well, what would be –
it's a costume, though.
So you're going down to sexy reindeer.
Okay.
Whoa. Dudes in above
reindeer?
average – read the name of it.
It is a reindeer.
Sexy reindeer. I didn't know. That's why I had to look for the name. I didn't know what he was.
Notice that's what he was.
So let's say you're objectively in average shape.
Okay.
You're not as stud like this. I don't want
to agree with you at all. But go ahead.
And you're not Austin Powers, the dude who says "Get in my belly."
Okay,
you're right in the middle. You're average shape.
I'll take.
What costume What costume would be sexy for
There
that?
you go. We're sexy. Okay.
In your opinion.
There we go. Well, we're gonna see. I've done my research, so I have an answer for that. But I want you guys to do your research page by page. Okay, we got a couple to go through. All right. Speaking of, which one of these is a sexy costume? Again, we're not judging always bods, but which one do you go with the sexy costume?
Well, again, if we're not going by bod,
No,
then
we're
I
not.
say none of them.
No, you don't like a sexy. You don't think you can go as a sexy devil as a man? You don't think?
I think you got to have the body.
No. Well, then I thought
If you go as sexy devil,
well then
and you yourself are not sexy,
Uh-huh.
but all of your costume is just a thong.
Yeah, you're not gonna make it.
Then what?
Okay.
it's not sexy. You gotta bring the sexy.
Not even a gladiator back there. Not even my man. I mean, you don't have to be, what is it, 300 to put on my man's costume right there.
No, because your abs and chest are covered.
Yeah, right.
So you could get
Do a
away
couple
with,
push-ups.
A few cheat meals.
Yeah.
But I do not find the gladiator in general to be sexy.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. It's
right.
got to be more the.
What if you just go more? What I personally like to say is you just go cultural. Okay. You
If
just
my
say,
doctor showed up looking like that,
yeah.
go to the doctor.
Oh, sorry. What was your the doctor? Which doctor? Which doctor? The nurse or the doctor?
What's
the doctor?
The nurse, I guess.
The nurse. Well, he could be a surgeon.
The blue. Go to the blue. Either one. If the blue or the red showed up at my operating table like that, I'm leaving.
Well,
Excuse me, sir. No shoes, no shirt, no operation.
But it's so sexy. How about?
Is that the nurse? That's the doctor. All right, the other one was the nurse.
Yeah, I don't know. Who's
the doctor, I'd still let the doctor operate because he's got a shirt on. But I still feel like that's not sterile. It's not good sterile technique.
This is what I said. You got to go with your culture. You just take your culture and you make it sexy. That's what I think. I think you take you don't think that's a sexy costume?
That dude's stash, is that a real mustache?
It's a costume, so it's hard to. I'm gonna say no. Look at the hair. I'm gonna say no. But my man, how about just pure? I just got out.
Guilty.
I just got out. How about that? That's pretty sexy, bro. I don't know.
But again, because the dudes in WWF,
Look at that.
If you don't have muscles on muscles, then I don't know if you're pulling that off.
All right, you're right. But again, I tried to step away from the sexy, but you won't do it. You want. Evidently a bod matters to the dude.
Well, that's why I'm asking you. If you take the shape of the person's body out of the equation, and you're just saying, I find this costume sexy.
Yeah,
There's nothing that you could fill in that blank that I would be like, yeah, that costume in and of itself is sexy, regardless of who wears it.
Well, dude, I feel like you're only looking skin deep. You need to love the person and know that, the person is sexy, and then so you just accept the person's sexy. So they're just putting on a sexy style costume. If you don't think that this would look sexy, with a moderate dad bod, then I don't know, man.
I currently have a moderate dad bod, and I feel like if I wore that, I would not feel sexy.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't feel sexy. But get up there and shake it and get a lasso. I bet you feel sexy after a little while, buddy.
But your music brings me to the larger point
Okay.
in that if you wear a costume that a stripper would likely wear to perform, then that's going to be categorized as sexy.
Well, okay, I didn't want to always think that I was showing up to parties at my friend's house as a stripper, but I mean, I will. I mean, it's not that I haven't before. The point is I'm trying to just think of a sexy costume that idolizes the word that I'm taking, a sexy one, and maybe not a regular cop. See, I could be a regular cop, or I could do sexy cop, like my man down here. I mean, I think that Speedos go too far because I think genitalia are for the bedroom, but I think that sexy cop there with the blue shorts, I think is sexy.
Man, you got some puritanical views there.
Keep
your genitals in the bedroom.
You don't think that sexy devil down here? You don't think the sexy devil? He's leaning back, which is awkward. But other than that,
he's leaning back because he's getting close to moderate dad bod, so he's trying to hide the lack of abs.
Yeah.
But it depends on what style party you're going to, right? If I'm going to a party with you and all of our friends that we grew up with, I'm not wearing sexy devil. I'm wearing more modest, fully clothed costume. But if I'm going to a hotel takeover party where I know it's going to be all adults who are there for the same reason, now, underwear style costumes are in play. This luck of the Irish, dude.
I think it's a decent. I mean, because listen, as the research went, when you have to have a sexy costume, basically you have to get rid of the shirt. And if it's up to the dude, he needs you to work out. For me, I don't need you to work out. It's fine. I don't mind, Bear. What you gonna bring to me? Okay. But I thought.
Look, I'm all about body positivity, but you can be positive in your body. You can look great in your body. Doesn't mean you're gonna pull off the costume.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. I'm pulling it off either way. Dad bod or non.
You're pulling it off in the bedroom because that's where genitals belong.
Very true. I thought my man from 300 did okay. Again,
wait, scroll back one. What's this dude top right? Is that just a Calvin Klein ad? Top right?
I think his costume is Calvin. Calvin Klein.
That is the worst one we've seen. Like, bro, you're not an underwear ad. Like, even if you're in the best shape, this is Halloween. Like, you look like you just walked out of your house.
Do you think he
forgot to put on pants?
Do you think he had like a gray background behind him the whole time he walked around? And he was like,
and he has like strapped to his back.
He paints himself.
He just poses.
He paints himself in like gray paint, right? And so he's got this like gray paint with like a.
What is your this? This brings me to a more important question.
Okay.
What is the worst Halloween costume you've ever worn?
That I've ever worn?
Yeah, as an adult, not like it was you were a kid and your mom put it on you and you're like, this sucks. Like, you chose it.
It wasn't this one, but it was. It was. Although that's not a half bad hero pose. He could be my Superman. It was probably It's
a good angle.
Yeah,
it's the camera angle is doing it.
Not a bad angle at all. I did a. Oh, by the way, before I get to mine, look at Robin Hood. That's not bad. Or Peter Pan. Peter Pan
for he's breaking all the rules. He's got the shirt.
Yeah.
You're going a little arms there, which is
hey.
He obviously works out.
Hey.
But that's the closest you've shown to fulfilling the question of sexy costume he's not relying on his body.
Right. He's relying on the costume. Right. You cover. Yeah, you're right. Just a little bit of chest, maybe a little bit of arms. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe
I'm saying it's that's what you were saying about women if they were wearing exaggerated boobs or whatever.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, that is the closest to not doing any of that.
So this is
still being considered sexy. This is
too much.
You got to be in 300 shape.
There you go. Yeah. My worst costume. Nice Superman, by the way. My worst costume was a. I love this one.
That is not how you play football. So.
It is if you sexy. Okay. I love it. Oh man, that is just. I don't know, man. That does it for me. That did it for me all night.
There you go. That's your sexy football player.
It was.
Costume.
I did a. What was it? The Roman. What are you cloth around yourself?
The toga.
Toga. I did the toga, but we didn't. I didn't necessarily wear proper under attire with the toga, and my brother's girlfriend at the time told him that she got to know me a little too well that night, the dance portion of the of the party.
Yeah, you let it all loose.
That's what a toga party's about, buddy. And so it was a good time. I had a great time. But yeah, as well as we're having a conversation about the costume and having to have the body. Yes, I mean, it would be nice if you had the body, but look at the costume. Like, it's a sexy male costume. Yeah. You could be a devil. You could be the underwater king. You could be, but you get to bring a pitchfork. Look at you. You get to put something around your head. Hey, you're adding things. You're accessorizing.
Costume rules 101. If you're going to a party, don't include anything in your costume that you have to carry to make the costume.
All right. How about
if you got to carry that Triton around the whole time, you're going to be pissed.
My man did
the
it.
Chef.
My man. Okay, listen. When I saw the chef one, I was like, yes. The chef one all day. I mean, you could get a little bit better apron if you're not feeling so good, But
you want to be a little modest, you
Right.
could go up on the apron a
and
little
if you
bit.
want to wear shorts, you can wear shorts. That's fine. But I got to be honest, man, with the peak crotch, I'm not mad.
Little peekaboo.
Yeah, a little. You see that? Oh, and he's got the hat, which is perfect.
Little appetizer.
Anytime you get to use a strap around the neck, around the arm, always sexy. And the straps with the, I don't know. I feel like Chef Guy, one of my winners. Santa, maybe too much, but it's just maybe because it's the chest. Maybe I'm just jealous. I don't know. Okay. Again, this is okay. That was
A
okay.
little too far.
A little
Top
too far.
left, little too far.
Okay, see, this is what we were talking about. Maybe late in the season, but he still said, "I'm going with my sexy outfit."
He said, "Fuck it."
Yeah.
He said, "Fuck it, bro.
Right.
I am SWAT team.
SWAT
you want
team?
to fuck with me? I'm the SWAT team."
SWAT team, so sexy. You don't think? So where's your?
I don't.
No. You don't think this is a sexy outfit for males?
I don't.
Okay. Well, I think he's sexy, and I appreciate him.
I think
For coming
more
out.
power to him.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna call him out if I see him at the party.
Yeah.
But I think if you want to pull off that costume, you gotta.
This is a special mention.
Start in the gym a little earlier. This I like.
Special.
This is good.
Yeah. Special mention right here. Obviously, this guy did it. I mean, he wins.
The snake charmer.
Yeah, he wins. He wins every contest he comes in the room. So special mention there. I think I about did it with spec. And that's just if you got
Mad Hatter.
Mad
Hatter is a dope costume.
Not
I
sexy.
wouldn't consider it sexy.
Not sexy.
But dope costume.
one way to do the thing, but you kind of need like you said, abs or whatever. And then I think this personally was my favorite.
Bringing up the rear.
Yeah, this is my what would you call this? Adam or maybe or Tarzan. I don't know which one he was going for. But this was one of my favorite minimal costumes that was still a costume because he's somebody. He didn't show up like the other guy in the underwear and he was like, "No, I'm a Calvin Klein poster." This guy's wearing leafs, bro. Like, he's
got an answer when they say, "What are you?"
What are I'm whichever one, Tarzan or Adam.
Tarzan, bro. I'm
yeah,
Adam.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, I'm first. Yes. Would you like to be second? But I don't. But anyway, I special mention to that guy. I appreciate him. I thought this guy did a solid, sexy pirate because of the accessories. Kept the vest tight in the top, which was cool. And
if he was SWAT team dude, would you still think the pirate was a sexy costume?
If this was SWAT team dude,
yeah, swap the people wearing them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Yeah, he's sexy enough.
Totally sounded convincing.
Yeah, you did. I don't know. That's a good question, I guess. For another day. Always a sexy, never a bad. Going with the Hugh Hef. Who doesn't?
You can always rock the Hugh Hef. That's
Yeah.
easy. It's
Easy.
reusable. You
Always.
can, you just throw the robe in your closet, wear it again next year.
Right, little nighttime something. One I thought was interesting. I'd never gone to was the. This is specific as the strongman costume, the circus strongman costume. I thought, well, that's. And then it's a sexy costume. If you like you said, it's not.
That came up on my research for sexy costumes.
There you go. Yeah, I thought
this exact one.
Yeah, but strong, but like a strong. That's. Anyway, you show a little bit. And the guy next to him is actually not doing that bad. You know what I mean? Just go if you want to go Arms Day. All you
G.I.
do,
Joe.
Yeah, go G.I. Joe, man. You can do Arms Day, pull that off. Sex doesn't matter your size there. Back to dude's point, size there at this costume, not the biggest. Oh no.
No, you just bust out a couple curls before the party. You're ready to go.
One of my favoriits.
This one's.
Yeah.
This one's good.
Yeah, I think this is what I'm getting this year. I think this is what I want to. If I could go for it, I'd go for this one. That'd be. And I thought, oh my gosh, this guy did. You know what, bro? Kudos to you, my man. Kudos to you for pulling this one off because
I mean, good in theory. We got the bouncy ball pit, and you can imagine where the balls are if you're listening on Spotify and not watching on YouTube.
Right.
But now you got to carry that around the whole party.
You got a place to
be
rest
in front of you. So if you're sitting down, if you're trying to,
you think you committed
get a drink, anything you're trying to do, it's in the way.
You think you committed too much? You committed too hard to this. He can't. No one's going home with him on this one. What are you saying?
No one's going home with you on that one, and it's a rookie move because you got shit in your way all night. You brought your own cock block.
What do you have to say about that?
Pikachu that's perfect. You could wear that to a rave. You could wear that's not even Halloween. You could wear that 5 times a year to different music festivals and be the highlight of the audience.
This, as you can see, these are my special mentions. I don't know what to say about that, but fine, whatever, it's fine. And then I don't know, man. This just takes your point.
I like the title of that one.
What?
Virile Viking.
Yeah, but. Now, to your point, you're saying my man has to be bod. And to my point, I'm saying use what you got and make a sexy costume out of it. You know?
I'm saying this dude pulled it off. It's a good costume. He's got dad bod with little extra muscle.
Okay. Not a lot. Look at the arms.
I buy that as a Viking.
Right. So then if you had to say probably the sexiest costume to go out and be sexy, but you're not ready and you're a male, Viking. I would say all day. Because look at my man. Look at my man. He's still sexy. He could pull something off tonight. Don't bring the shield, okay? Because you don't want to carry that around. Don't bring the shield. Okay, what are you hiding behind anyways? Okay? You're ready to go. My man's ready to go.
He's gonna have a good time.
Okay.
He's gonna have a good time. He's gonna meet some people. If he's not bringing a date, he's gonna do all right.
Okay. All right. Vikings top.
Virile Viking.
Yeah. I thought this one. These were just special mentions again. I thought these guys did a good job. Not a bad if you're with somebody. And then
Game of Thrones.
There you go. And then it went in. I had to do my research on the ladies, right? Because I just couldn't look at this all day. And I just wanted to make sure that we were talking about the same thing. And this one, Duder, is just a bodysuit. Is
it Spider-Man? I feel like there's a Spider-Man
logo. Do you care? Be honest.
I mean, I'm just saying it's not just a bodysuit is all I'm saying. There's actual method to the madness. It is a Spider-Man costume. It just happens to be form-fitting.
Definitely some method
and not the Spider-Man colors that we're accustomed to.
Definitely a method there. This is for research purposes only, as you could tell. My man did. This is my man. One of the best, sexiest costumes supposedly out there. What
does it say? Jumpsuit, elastic dance jumpsuit. Oh, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, it's sexy. I guess. I mean, it's fabulous. So,
I mean, I wouldn't call it sexy, but you're definitely gonna get attention.
Yeah.
People are going to be looking at.
I thought to bring it down to the girls, because a lot of the guys, again, were wearing almost G-strings for men to get sexy, and I'm like, I don't know if that's sexy. I think it's just you're just trying to show something. I don't know really. Trying to be
the pendulum has swung
to
the point where it used to be women. The less you wore, the more you showed, the more sexy it was.
Right.
Now they actually have some better options if they want to cover up and still be sexy. The pendulum has swung over to the men's side, where you gotta get in shape, show off what kind of shape you're in by wearing very little clothing. Then it's considered a sexy costume.
Now, what are your thoughts here on how sexy this is or is not, Duder? I mean, she's not showing. She's not in a thong. Let me just point some things out.
Right.
She's wearing a hat.
She's covered. She's only showing a midriff.
She's got a collar, which is buttoned.
And thigh.
A collar, which is buttoned. She's got herself covered. Below the knee is covered. From the knee below is covered. Okay, minimal skin is being optioned, but I mean you have to dig deep, brother. You can't not call that.
You got a little thigh. You got a little midriff. Otherwise, she's very modest. As a delivery person.
Right.
But here's where you and I are going to run into a little bit of trouble.
Okay.
With the men's costumes, we could be objective because we're not distracted by our attractions.
Okay.
With the women's costumes, I find it a lot harder to be objective about the costume.
Right. Because you're attracted to the woman.
I'm attracted to.
Right. Okay.
In her case, I think that's great, but she happens to be hot. Yeah. The costume is not sexy in and of itself.
But
it's fairly modest.
So you're just saying, okay, so a costume has to be sexy based upon what a person is physical or their face, or where's your costume going? Because we're just talking about costumes. We're talking about the clothes.
Well, right, but how many times have you looked at clothes and been like, that's sexy?
Yeah.
Like, it's the person wearing it and how they're wearing it.
I agree with you, Duder, which is why
That's not even a Halloween costume.
You're right. That just stopped me dead in my tracks, though. I ain't going to lie. Because I don't blame you. Exactly. Because I said that is sexy. When I was going through, I was like, well, you're in a costume. But damn, that is sexy. That is, I'll be damned if that ain't sexy. And you can barely even see my girl's face. So I disagree that it sexy has to do with the face, and I disagree that it overly has to do with the body, because this girl is much smaller than my UPS, my package delivery girl on the other one. So I feel like body shape, size can really stand. Now a lot of these models, I didn't do any super extra
body shape, size can vary.
Yeah,
you can be attractive any body shape, size.
Yeah,
but if me, the viewer, is not attracted to you,
very true,
then it doesn't matter what costume you're wearing.
Always
I'm not going to
true.
be like, that's a sexy costume.
Always true. But we're just talking about the we're trying to leave the models out of this, all right? My girl's doing it here. She's doing a really nice costume. I have an issue. If I was walking around a party, like you said, with kids at it, I'd be like, well, that's good, you put your ass away. But I mean,
you wouldn't wear that to a party
you're
with
right,
kids.
You're right.
Hopefully.
So hopefully, right. Hopefully you'd only wear this in Vegas, because that's where I see it all the time, walking on the strip.
Right.
But you have this one, which is sexy.
That's a sexy schoolgirl, I guess, is what they're calling
I guess that's a sexy schoolgirl. But again, she's covered up.
That's a great costume.
Right.
What do they call it? What's the name of that one?
So you don't even
That's
care.
like
I still think that you just are looking at the girl. You're like, that's a great costume. What is she? I don't even care. What is your name, CD? Come here. I gotta talk to you.
Well, I mean, it doesn't have the name. You cropped out the name on
Sorry,
the bottom. That's
sorry.
why I'm asking.
Yeah, there it is.
For the people listening
Disco-
on Spotify,
Disco
we should
Girl?
tell them about
Yeah,
the
you're right.
costume.
Disco Girl. I want to say this is Shaggy. That's a sexy. Is that a cat?
Is that Scooby?
Scooby. That's Scooby.
Slutty Scooby. It's actually called Slutty
Is that what it's called?
Scooby if you
Yeah.
scroll down.
All right. Slutty Scooby.
Which my worst costume as an adult was Shaggy. And
I can see you pull off
I
Shaggy.
thought it would be easy, right? I was like, this is gonna be an easy costume. I just wear some corduroys, Henley t-shirt, and grow my chin beard, and I'm in. And it was a boat party, and I show up with two women, one dressed as Velma, one dressed as Daphne. I'm Shaggy, and we go to get on the boat, and they're like, two women can get on the boat. This dude, you need a costume. I'm wearing a costume. I'm Shaggy.
I'm with them, and I'm the dude in between them. That's the.
Yeah. And he's like, nah, I need a costume, bro. They let me on because
That's
the
funny.
women weren't gonna go.
Yeah. Well.
But yeah, worst costume.
What did these girls do here? Overly, again, this is not even super dressing it up. I mean, in the costume, this is more
We're
putting
at
on
the
a,
top one.
Yeah.
This is what you could expect to see at any Halloween party. You got a
right.
devil, an angel,
right,
a bunny.
Okay.
And
So
a
again,
leopard,
if you
tiger,
if you
something.
remove the tiaras that they're wearing, then it's just women in lingerie, right?
Well,
if-
no, I mean,
if
this girl's in a skirt and a
Okay, wait,
crop top.
What
This is what you'd expect to see at a concert or music festival, a summer party.
No, but I understand. But my point is, if see how I've cropped the tops out?
Yeah.
It doesn't look like they're in a costume anymore.
That's what I'm saying. This is what you would expect to
Yeah.
see.
Yeah. And
Not
then,
at Halloween,
yeah.
at a summer party, at a
And-
music festival.
Right. I call these bad costumes, though. As personally, I'm like, and you didn't really try.
I call those great costumes because they're comfortable. They're not being overtly scandalous. They're not showing any more skin than they would show normally. Maybe
right.
Maybe Red
Maybe
would
Red.
wear those
Yeah.
those shorts.
Yeah.
But
I bet she would. I
otherwise,
bet she
you're-
would. I bet she would. I bet she had no problem with wearing those shorts every day.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. She certainly worked for it.
Yeah.
But the rest of those outfits you could wear on a Tuesday going to the grocery store.
Right. Who are these girls? Are they waitresses? I don't know what they. I don't know.
Can't
Yeah,
tell.
I don't
But
know.
again, fairly modest. They're showing belly, they're showing thigh, but they're not putting their breasts out. They're not wearing a costume that has their ass hanging out.
Yeah. Well, and there goes between sexy, sexy and not, and again being between that line, where does sexy stop, and again the penis show just begins, and the same thing with female. When does sexy stop, and it's just your ass hanging out, ma'am. You're just naked behind here. I mean, I understand it looks great. I don't mind it at all. I'm just telling you what your costume is all. That's thank you. My shout out goes up to the package girl. She takes the cake for me.
There you go.
So, didn't mean to zoom in like that, or maybe I did. Sorry.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, I disagree. So that's done. Glad to get the costumes out of the way.
I don't feel like we made any headway on what is sexy.
I feel like we made micro headway on what is sexy. That's what I feel like. But I feel like, well, I think we disagree on what is sexy.
All right.
I think that's agree to disagree on that one. Moving over, Duder. I'd like to remind everybody that, the Dude and Debo at gmail.com is the best way to get a hold of us. Please send us out your messages. Tell us about your costumes. We want to hear about you guys there. And I'm going to send it over to Duder, who is now down in the bottom dungeon.
Oh, how did I get... This is scary as all hell. This is like the, I don't know, Sarlacc pit combined with a torture chamber. I got a cross over here with some people getting whipped. This is like Dante's Inferno down here. I'm just going to move my way through this sludge, apparently. Can't see the floor. Need some golf cleats. And, oh, hey, Debo. What are you doing down here, bro?
Good evening. No.
God, he's been turned.
Yeah, I didn't get a shot, so sorry. What can I say? No, down here in the dungeon, man, chilling out. I like the dungeon. I like what you did with the place. Feels dark. Weird flooring for someone who says they did themselves, but I like it. It's nice. It's a really nice place. I like what you did here. I like what you did. I feel death for some reason, so I like what you did down here in the dungeon.
The reason you feel death is I actually have the Reaper behind me.
Is that what that is?
I didn't mean to trick you into this situation, but he's actually going to force me to ask you a question.
Oh.
And if you get it right, you get to leave the dungeon.
Oh.
And if you get it wrong, neither of us get to leave the dungeon, so no pressure.
Okay, all right. We're going for correct answers only, so that I can see my family again. Okay,
but just so I could stall because I want to live a little bit longer. Before we get to that, this is not the question, but how did you feel about the show?
The show was great, man. I'm hoping that one day we agree more on what is sexy, but I think that'll just take time and a longer conversation.
Okay.
On what is sexy. I do have a challenge before we take the death challenge, and I would remind you.
I'll take any stall we can do.
Yeah, I'll remind you, sir, to please back up with your sword. 6 feet. COVID. Thank you. So, anyways,
technically he doesn't have a face, so he doesn't need a mask.
I just try to keep my COVID standards in line. 6 feet, motherfucker. All right, dude. What I want to ask you. So you saw all the costumes today, and I wanted to put a challenge for you after we went through these costumes, and I'm pretty sure you knew where this was going to happen. Are you willing to pick one of the costumes that we showed today and model it for the Dude and Debo as sexy male costumes? Are you willing to bring that to the show before Halloween so we can display what you think to be a sexy male costumes? And in return, I was going to ask G, who's in the booth, he's probably going to look at me like I'm crazy, and me to give our best sexy male costumes. I feel like I gave you guys a lot of examples. So the challenge to you, sir, is to come back, I guess, with a selfie. I mean, it'd be better if maybe you had someone else take it, of your sexiest male costume, either based on what you saw today or your own personal, idea on sex. I prefer to see something that you saw today and say, I could pull that. You don't have to say it. You don't have to say what it is today. But are you willing to take the challenge?
Here's what I will say.
Okay.
We spent the entire time looking through the men's costumes.
Uh-huh.
And I said that you need to make a decision early and get in shape, and you yourself be sexy if you want to make the costume sexy.
Yes.
And I will tell you that I am very much still in the COVID zone.
Understand.
And not in the presentable Halloween sexy zone.
Okay.
All that being said,
yes,
for the cause, I will wear a costume.
My man. Okay, I tell you what, bro. Why don't you get that costume together by next show? And then I'll tell you what, I'll do you one for
next show.
That's right. Next show. Listen, no, bro. Put that costume by next show. Next show. Okay, you got a week. Okay, if you need motivation.
Show.
No. Next show, get that costume together. Okay, and then we're gonna take another picture at Halloween, and we're gonna see if you could pull off the sexy man.
It's like a before and after.
Before
like
but yes, progress. But it's got to be. This is where I started off with my sexy man costume. This is the sexy man costume that I'm taking to Halloween. Okay. All right, so you can start now. Picture next week is the challenge. Do you accept, my man, or don't you?
I mean, like I said, I'll do it for the cause.
There you go. For the cause. That's right. There it is.
I'm warning all of our viewers that next week is not going to be an enjoyable.
That's okay. That's all right. We will. You know what? I'll let you use as many black bars as you need. All right.
Appreciate that.
Tape those things up, and it'll just be just fine. No problem. G, are you in? G, you in for the? Can I get a thumbs up on the costume by next Monday? I don't see thumbs. It's in the witness pro. That's a maybe. Is that a maybe? Is it like a sorta? Like a kinda? Okay, I'll take a sorta kinda. Okay, fine. I'm gonna call the wife. Hey, get him in a sexy costume. All right.
Wait, are you gonna do this as well?
We're all gonna do it. All three of us. Yeah,
shot?
we're all gonna do a quick progression to Halloween to show that we can get in shape by Halloween and to show whatnot. G, I think you should take yours in the chair. I think you should get in the sexy costume, get in the chair, take the picture. Yeah.
Professor X.
Yeah, exactly. But sexy Professor X. Okay.
Professor Sex.
Yeah, that's right. Professor G. So anyways, that's my challenge to you. Now let's get to this question where this guy is really creeping up too close. And I would say you're going to have an issue, but I don't want to touch him and I don't want him to touch me. So where we going with this? What we got?
In order for us to get out of here alive, you have to name
Oh, shit.
5 of the top 10 most popular Halloween candies.
Oh, okay. All right. I'll take that. I'll take the dungeon.
To name
okay.
half of them, right? Is that right, Dad?
Okay.
Okay. Half.
5 of the most popular Halloween candies. Okay.
5 of the top 10.
5 of the top 10. Okay, here we go. Without a doubt, Snickers has got to be the top 10. Snickers has got to be there.
Snickers is number 4.
Okay, Snickers is in there. Same track, same line. I'll stick with Milky Way. Just throw it in there because it's right in there. If
I'm gonna need you to put a little bit more effort into this because Milky Way is not in. Jesus, I just ducked that sickle.
What?
That's strike 1. Milky Way is not in the top 10. You got 2 more strikes, or we're not making it out of here.
All right, I'm gonna go old school. Buttersworth candy, the little butterscotch candy.
Are you trying to kill us?
No.
Are you trying to kill us? Strike 2. You
So
can't
good.
get another one wrong.
So
Now
good.
think. This is top 10
All right, here we
most
go. I got
popular
it.
Halloween candies. If you're rolling
I got
up to
it.
a house and you're going to stick your hand in the trash can
Uh-huh.
full of candy,
Yeah,
what are you hoping to pull out?
they're definitely got Tootsie Rolls in there. They definitely
You got Tootsie Rolls.
Yeah, they definitely got Tootsie Rolls. Tootsie Rolls.
Tootsie Rolls, Tootsie Rolls
Roll.
number 8.
But I mean, no Tootsie Roll. Okay, so that's why butterscotch didn't make it. I see that now. So we'll go Skittles.
Skittles number 1.
There you go. Skittles is on there.
You got to get 2 more, or we're not making it out of here alive. And the Halloween costumes we just picked out don't even matter, unless it's a sexy headless person.
Yeah, they have the Headless Horseman. There you go. Sexy Headless Horseman. Ichabod Crane.
Yeah, that was one of my best adult costumes.
Oh, you did the Ichabod one here?
I wore it to here's how I messed up. So I did the headless costume, and they do like the shoulder pads. You have the black gown, and it's got the bloody neck
Right.
and no head.
Uh-huh.
And then you're supposed to stick your head through the costume and act like you're holding it, so it looks like you're carrying your own head.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, I think I remember
yeah.
that. Yeah, I remember that one. I remember that year.
So I wore that to work,
Mm-hmm.
and I walk by the glass window where people can watch the doctor doing the surgery. And nobody enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Not a single person
Oh my god.
enjoyed my costume.
That's you're
Death is laughing. Death enjoyed it.
That's fucked up, Death. Okay. Candy. I said Skittles.
Death said you got another strike because of my costume.
Oh, thank you. Starburst?
Starburst number 5.
Oh, whew. Man, I was like, because my thing is like, those are expensive. So I'm like, are people shelling out Starburst these days? I don't know.
I mean, do you buy the pack and give out one? 'Cause
I
that's
don't-
what I would do. You
I
get
mean-
one pink one. I don't like your costume. You get the orange one.
It's such a horrible. No, it's like they come in little 2-packs. I think it's like a little 2-pack Starburst.
I'm thinking
you
like
get.
the
Yeah.
long bar.
All right.
So you got 6 options left, and you got to get one of them. You still have 2, the second and third most popular, which should be slam dunks. I cannot believe you haven't said either one of these yet. The rest are hit and miss, but the top 2, or I'm sorry,
No.
number 2 and number 3. All right, I'm not giving him hints, Death. You watch it with the sickle, bro.
All right.
But poke at me in the back. What do you mean that's not the sickle?
You know what I'm doing in my mind? I'm going. How about Twizzler?
God, you suck at this game. Can I phone a friend? Can I get G for the final guess before we all die? Is
What
that
am-
okay, Death? Are
what
we
am-
allowed to bring G into the dungeon?
What I'm doing is I'm going through my kids' candy bag in my mind. Like I'm going through like when I pull their candy bag out,
Mhm.
and what is
Mhm.
there, and then we all separate. And what this, and I what and so I know who kind of wins and gets what. Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're right. I forgot this one earlier. Here we go. I saved your life. You know who saved your life in life? Reese's Pieces saves
thank
your
you.
lives every year. You know, if you've
Thank you.
never had a Reese's Pieces save your life, it just happened.
Number two.
Oh man. And I'm assuming Reese's Peanut Butter Cup is in there separately. Reese's.
No, they just lumped them
They
together.
lumped it together. Okay. Okay. Whew. Thank you, Death.
Man,
Thank you.
thanks, Death.
Yeah.
Now you can move it along. There's other people in
Yeah.
the dungeon for you to kill.
Yeah.
We'll find our own way out. I don't want your guidance.
Go deal with R. Kelly's career. All right.
Yeah.
All right, brother. I guess we are out of here. Thank you for the dungeon.
Survived another close one.
Yeah, always nice to survive the dungeon. Shout out to all those who are going to celebrate Halloween. And do I have it? No, I don't have it. Okay, I don't have the show card. But again, check us out on the Dude and Debo at gmail.com. Send us a message. Say what's up. Dude, anything before we get out of here?
Shout out to those who don't care what kind of shape they're in. They rock the costume they want to rock.
And that will be us next Monday. You guys will see it. It'll be good stuff. Dude, let's get out of here. I'll catch you guys later. I'm out. Peace.
I'm running for it before the death comes back.